These are the two new Galaxy Watches, the Watch 8 and the Watch 8 Classic. And now that the dust has settled after the event and I've been using both for a couple of days, here's what you should know. First, you should know that these two are essentially the same watch in a different case. The Watch 8's main appeal is that it's thinner, lighter, and cheaper. And it comes in two sizes, a small 40mm one that we have here, and a slightly bigger 44mm version. The Watch 8 Classic only comes in one 46mm size, so there's no longer a small version, and if you have a tiny wrist, that would be a disappointment. Oh, and the regular Watch 8 features an aluminum case, while the Watch 8 Classic is made of the more premium and heavier stainless steel. But apart from that, the processor, the sensors, the software, it's all the same between these two. There are a few smaller changes that make a big difference. Now, both watches can now reach 3000 nits of brightness outdoors, which makes it much easier to see the screen. I also appreciate the extra thin body of the Watch 8. At 8.6mm, it's about 11% thinner than the previous model. However, I much prefer the look of the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. The stainless steel body and the rotating bezel just look classy in a way no other Wear OS watch does, and I can easily see myself wearing this watch at an official event even. Now, as far as software goes, it's Wear OS 6, which previous models will get too. I like that you can now have multiple tiles in one place, so everything is better organized and tidier. But I'm not convinced by the new health metrics. The star of the show is the new antioxidant measurement. You need to take off your watch and press your thumb against the sensor for about 5 seconds. Then you get a number that falls in one of 3 categories, but out of 5 people who tried this, everyone got a number in the low, aka middle category. Now, if you open your phone, you will also see some diet recommendations based on that number, but those were so generic, they were practically useless. Eat a quarter of a pear, Samsung advises. I guess that's fine, but come on, don't we all know we'd benefit from eating an apple a day? I don't see many people using this at all, especially considering that you have to take off your watch just so it will tell you to basically eat an apple a day. Maybe I'm being a bit too negative, but maybe some people will like it. I don't know. I like the new running coach though. There is a new 12-minute running test that you do so that the watch can determine your current running level, and then you get recommended workouts based off of that. Garmin's have had guided workouts for ages, so Samsung is catching up here, but it's a nice UI and the workouts seem reasonable, so I like the feature. There is another new feature that I think will prove very useful: Bedtime Guidance. I haven't used the watch enough yet to give you the conclusive thoughts, but it basically determines your daily routine and circadian rhythm and tells you when you should go to bed. Now, if you struggle falling asleep, you probably know that there is a sweet spot when you feel sleepy, and if you miss it, you might end up tossing and turning in bed for hours. If this feature works well, it could be a very practical sleeping aid. But let me also share my biggest disappointment. And no, it's not the squircle shape, which surprisingly actually grew on me and doesn't look as bad in real life as it does in pictures. Now, it's the battery life. With a quoted 30 hours of battery life with the always-on screen, the Watch 8 and the Watch 8 Classic remain devices you have to charge every single day. Okay, technically you can get to a day and a half, but not 2 days. If you want a 2-day watch, Samsung has the Galaxy Watch Ultra to sell you, but that watch is gargantuan and heavy. If you want a multi-day Wear OS watch that doesn't feel like a brick on your wrist, the OnePlus Watch 3 is still your only option in 2025. And I don't know about you, but I am not using a watch that I have to baby and to charge every single day. Right after finishing this review, I'm going back to my Garmin Instinct 3 with its 2-week battery life. Thank you. Now, it would be good if there was something new with faster charging, but no, there's nothing particularly new here. You get the standard black magnetic puck, and charging is not particularly fast. It took the Watch 8 Classic about an hour to get from 20% to 95%. The Apple Watch is a bit faster in that regard. Okay, I have to also mention a few very positive things. Both these watches get a faster chip, the W1000. We actually saw the same chip in the Galaxy Watch Ultra from last year. They are buttery smooth. I could notice some stutter on the Watch 7 last year, but the Watch 8 is just perfect, so this is good news. There's also a new dynamic look mechanism for swapping bands. It's a bit easier to use when you get the hang of it, but you have to press hard on the button to release the band. Now I imagine a woman with nail extensions would simply not be able to use that. Last but not least, we have a pretty steep price increase. The Galaxy Watch 8 Classic now costs $500, up from $400 for the previous Classic model. And the regular Galaxy Watch 8 starts at $350, which is a $50 increase over the previous version. It's hard to see a reason why though. The watches are more refined, yeah, but there are no major new features. And that one-day battery life remains the biggest downside.